Well, that's not good.
That's a good start.
We're streaming at least. Hi, stream. We're just not recording for some reason.
Hello, stream.
Yep.
It'll be fine tonight, but I'll have to fix that.
Good thing we're getting this out of the way now.
Yeah. Fine. Who am I double hearing from?
Sorry, that was me. I was pulling up the Twitch app and forgot that the sound was like way up.
No, it's not a problem, but I was re-listening to my last Blood and Hope Detroit, and you can hear me very faintly echoing in the background.
Oh, that wasn't
on like a
that was
1 second delay, and I have no idea where it's from.
Oh, that wasn't me. I don't know what that is.
That reminded me of it. I have no idea why it was doing that or where it was doing that from. So it's quieter than it has been in the ones where like it actually was very loud, but I have no idea.
Good question.
Yeah. So I had wondered if it was maybe someone's Twitch picking up in the background.
Not only do I keep mine muted, but push to talk.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It's, if it happens this game, I'll have to figure it out. Or do something else. Delete all the sound profiles and restart it. Does Potato Cat try to attack your tree?
She'll try to chew on it every once in a while, but not often.
I've wondered kind of since last year. I'm not gonna lie.
I think she mostly does them whenever her stomach's bothering her.
I guess that makes sense. There, lighting's a little bit better now.
So in her head, it just says, ooh, green, help stomach.
Yeah.
Very much, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I have fuzzy socks on and they got twisted and it was really annoying.
That's fair. What's worse is the ones with the little grippy little things on the bottom.
I hate that.
If they come off the bottom of your foot while you're wearing them, awful.
Yeah, no. I don't really get those. Plus you can't slide around on the little hardwood that's here.
Yeah. There's a reason why I wear shoes 98% of the time. Or footwear of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time I have some sort of sandal on, but it's just cold right now. And heating and electric is really expensive where I am.
Yeah, we've got the heat on, and it hasn't come on in like 3 or 4 days, so...
Yeah, mine comes on fairly often. Yeah, I'm set to like 65 right now. He's just cold. So, everyone doing okay?
Yeah.
Hanging in there.
50-50. Just because, yes.
Yep. Well, for everyone who's going to be watching or is watching / listening, we're not playing Midnight on the Circle tonight, unfortunately. We are playing Blood and Hope Detroit. We are down a Serga, but that's fine. He'll be back next game. He couldn't play tonight. But it's fine. Everything's fine. questions, comments, concerns from the peanut gallery?
Nothing yet.
We have our resident Tiller and or Spike.
Will not be showing up this game, but that's fine. Tiller's out doing a run.
Yes, he is.
Not quite yet to Atlanta, but he's on a run. So, if there's nothing else from you guys, would you like to start?
Sure.
Okay. And into the new intro. How exciting.
Yay!
Very exciting.
That is not gonna work. Okay. We're just gonna have the normal screen tonight because I have to change a lot of things. Which I forgot to do.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw it briefly before it changed over.
So I changed our canvas size from 1080 to 1440, and so everything needs to get extended. And yeah, before it was as simple as I just change a frame out, but no, this one I actually need to fix. So I can't do that while we're streaming.
How dare.
I know. So unfortunately, there will be no overlays tonight, which is kind of sucky. It'll take me a little too long to fix. So, you guys want to give... No. My god. I'm sorry, it's been a minute. So this is World of Darkness. If there's anything that comes up that causes you problems, mental, emotional, anything, step back and we'll do recaps at the start of a game. Thinking is hard right now, I guess. I am Feyla, the Storyteller. Joining me tonight is Buttons playing Uriel.
Good evening.
Nenavar playing Zep.
Hello.
And Dengle playing Chevy.
There you go. You got it.
I did. I almost said Rufus.
Oh, I know.
You guys want to give a recap while I cough?
Sure.
Things and stuff, and then yes.
Cool.
Yeah, no, let's see here.
You guys
Last
even
time.
remember what the last game was?
I wasn't here, so
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly what we did.
Oh, we didn't play 2 weeks ago. The last one was Shadowlands.
Oh, really? I thought there was one in between.
No, we left
didn't end up
off
playing.
there's above Table Talks 5 instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, in my head it was... No, Shadowlands wasn't the last time.
It was. You're thinking that because we talked about a couple of things?
Yeah, probably. So, yeah, we decided that it was a good idea to go into the Shadowlands where wraiths live.
To be fair, there
Wasn't.
weren't very many there.
True,
They got
but it
heated.
also was. Yeah, it also wasn't a good idea. There were wraiths, 2 of them. So that was a problem. Yeah, we took care of them. That was a problem.
Hurting each other and, not able to really heal because Rouse checks.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there was some funky weirdness going on as far as like Cat's Domain and the pyramid and other places that we talked about but didn't actually see.
Yep. And we left off with you guys exiting the Shadowlands, briefing Leon, and then heading back to your own places, except Chevy helped Life eat a mortal.
That was a problem for everyone, so it's less bad, maybe? I don't know.
Well, I know I asked Serga, but does that go against any of Chevy's convictions?
I don't know. Actually, I think it upholds one of them. I don't know where they are.
I think so too. I think it does as well. So, no problems there. There. I am an awful storyteller and forgot my dice behind me. So, we start tonight on... What is it? The 23rd? I believe it is the 23rd. There it is.
I feel like you're correct.
I only know because I had to look this up earlier because stuff. Yes, 23rd. As I throw things. So, each of you give me a rouse check.
Pass.
Pass.
That is also a pass.
Okay. How would each of you like to begin your evening? Don't everyone jump at once now.
Thinking.
Go on then.
Zep is actually going to go out and try searching for more information on the cult.
Okay. How are you
Now we
doing
don't worry about Leon stuff.
Are you
Mainly
contacting people or hitting the streets?
in the streets.
Okay. Go ahead and give me... either charisma or wits and streetwise.
Charisma and streetwise.
Okay.
3.
So you don't hear too much about it. Also, I should ask, whose domain are you trying to go in? Because you live in T's, I believe. So you're going to Rufus's. So you do hear a few people talking about another gathering that happened that you guys didn't go to because it had happened the previous night. It's more of the same of what you saw. It sounds like the same person who did it. So they are still happening. You don't hear whispers of where it's going to be taking place, but you hear there is going to be another one that night.
That's group chat that there's another gathering happening tonight.
And now before you guys get that chat, because that'll take him a couple hours, 2 hours or so. What would either Chevy or Uriel like to do in the meantime?
Chevy will do a quick check-in with all of his people. Both family and not actually family. Making sure that everybody's okay, making sure that like they don't have anybody missing that ain't supposed to be missing. Because he hasn't done that in a minute. Typically he knows what's going on, but right now not so much. And yeah.
So you hear back from your actual family, and everyone's doing well. Nothing seems to be unusual with them. They're a little bit curious as to why if you ask, people are missing. If you straight out ask that. But they get back with you rather quickly. Now, the other people you run with, most of them get back. I am missing names. Where is your sheet?
I didn't give specific names for a reason.
Okay. One of them doesn't get back with you.
Okay.
And it's actually the one who gave you the name of the person for the previous night.
Okay. You would start heading that well to where he typically hangs out.
Okay.
Not having a car. He's definitely walking.
Right. So it takes you not too long to get there, because you're not too far away, I don't think. And he's not there. Place doesn't look like it was broken into or anything, but you do find the phone kind of wedged between the couch cushions.
Okay. Start going through his phone, I guess.
Nothing really unusual there. There is a message from a number you don't recognize talking about a meeting or something. It's not really specific.
He'll keep the phone with him, actually.
Okay. And that's about the time you would get would Zep text Chevy as well?
Yes.
Okay. So that's about the time you would get the text from him. And before you answer, we'll go to Uriel. What did you do with your evening? Early evening.
Uriel would begin by checking their emails, making sure they haven't missed anything from their ghoul or from any of their other contacts, their rest of their herd, the person at the government office.
So, do you only check your emails, or do you also check your phone?
They'll check their phone as well.
So you actually got a text from your new ghoul saying that they have an interview scheduled.
Good. Anything I can do to help?
No. It's for tomorrow afternoon.
Best of luck. Let me know if you need anything.
Thanks, I appreciate this.
Thumbs up. Then after that, they're actually feeling a little unsettled after everything that went on in our trip. So Uriel is going to not necessarily sort through King's books tonight, but just kind of peruse through them, find like an old history book that details the history of the city, or some like just random occult book, just something that would mildly catch their interest, but also dense enough to bring them back into focus a little bit.
So there is kind of a newer book in the collection, and most of the books are on the older side. But it's still about probably 10 or so years old at this point. Just detailing the recent history of Detroit. And it talks of the Book Tower, the Eastern Market, and other notable places in the city. And going farther back in the past, it talks about how there was a whole system set up with the Underground Railroad and things like that, and how some of those pathways and all of that are still there, and you can actually take tours to see them. There's a lot of underground not sewers per se, but underground areas that are technically walkable, although you shouldn't. Talks about the massive salt mine that's under part of the city, and just other notable things through its history. And then it also talks about the festival that to be coming up in about a week of Nain, the demon, of course.
Does it give the folkloric history?
It absolutely would. How the demon came over from, I forget where it was off the top of my head, actually, but how it came over and how it plagued the city, and how the people tried to drive it off, and how now it's celebrated as a festival and kind of a not carnival type thing, but there's a parade, and it ends up being kind of a night-long affair.
Uriel will kind of bookmark that in the back of their mind as something to check out when the time rolls around.
And if Uriel's been in the city for a few years. This is a yearly thing. So.
It is. It just probably would not have caught their attention the same way before now.
That's fair.
It'd probably just be like, yeah, it's something that happens. But now it's like, oh yeah, I know someone that's actually interested in this. Maybe it would be interesting to drag them to this and see what happens.
Yes. And also now Nain, the kindred.
Yes.
Whereas you didn't personally know him before. And so, while you're reading, your phone goes off. And now, how would both of you respond to this?
When and where?
Chevy,
I don't know where right now, but I know it's tonight.
Chevy, well, go ahead and send a message to this number asking where, and we'll actually copy the number from the phone. Tell them, and he'll just give some generic, street name. Invited you.
So we'll do that.
You don't receive a response immediately. And after about 10 or so minutes, it goes from delivered to read. You don't get a response quite yet, though.
We'll attempt to be patient.
However, a few minutes after that, you actually get a message from T. Saying, hey, are you busy?
Take a look into that thing for Rufus. Did you need something?
Kind of part of why I'm texting. Got some of us getting asked to go to a place. They seem to be looking for us.
The location.
And you would get a ping, and it is slightly to the north of where Rufus's domain kind of tapers off.
Zepotexty, I'm waiting on location for that cult thing. I'm wondering if this is going to be the same place.
I think it might be. They were invited to some religious gathering.
Sure, they're in protection.
Yeah, definitely will. They are... A couple of them are going. Can't really stop them.
I'll keep an eye on them more. I'll head there and keep an eye on them.
Thanks.
Zep will update the other two as that's probably everything that's happening.
And
Wonderful.
right as you hit send to them, that number that Chevy had you text actually sends the same location.
I'll respond with a thank you.
Do you inform Chevy?
Yes.
All right, I'm walking there now. And
It'll all go great.
I would assume that Chevy's still just hanging out in the dude's house,
Probably.
just because why not? So
Yep.
he'll pick up a bunch of random bits and bobs to kind of like tuck in his pockets to be able to like throw at people as necessary.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific?
Well, he has his small personal protective device.
Yep. This friend might have a slightly larger one.
Yeah, it's fine. He doesn't need to walk down the street with, you know, an 18-inch barrel or whatever. He would pick up any religious significance stuff just to piss him off, as well as any like anything that might be small, hard, and would hurt if actually hit with, that he can reasonably fit in his pockets.
Pocket, maybe not. There is a tire thumper.
Oh, he'd strap that to his belt.
Okay.
That'd be fine.
So yeah, you have that. And you can, there's probably there's a rosary. There's not a ton of religious things just chilling about the apartment, but there's a few things. So you do that, and you start walking there. It's probably only a couple of miles from where you are, actually. Not too bad of a walk.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, I meant a couple blocks. Maybe a mile or mile and a half. So, not too bad. Uriel, what would you like to do?
Yuri will Uber a couple blocks away from the address and get dropped off at like an intersection 2 or 3 blocks away and wait, see who shows up.
At the intersection 2 or 3 blocks away, or at the place?
Yes, at the intersection 2 or 3 blocks away.
Okay. How would Zep like to prepare and go?
That would pack a pistol just in case and drive over.
And where do you go?
I'll park a car about a block from where the meeting's taking place.
Okay. So you all are getting there at slightly different times. But because there was no designated meeting space, if any of you are waiting where you said you wanted to, you don't actually see anyone there. Chevy, you go directly to the place, I think. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So you show up and there is a good 20 to 30 people there. Some are coming still, so you don't know how many are going to end up there. It hasn't started yet, and most of them are milling around outside.
Okay. Is there anyone that he personally knows?
Give me charisma and wits. I know it's an odd roll, but that's fine.
Wonderful roll for 2.
There's a couple people you know in passing. No one that you know directly.
So nobody that's got close enough ties with that he'd be like, yeah, you should probably leave.
Yeah. So we'll move to Uriel for a little bit. So you're standing there for a while, and no one shows up at the intersection you've chosen to wait at.
After a few minutes, they'll text the guys, has anyone arrived yet?
Yeah. I'm here.
All right, I'll be right in.
Scoping out the place nearby.
You make your way there, and you actually probably run into Zep as you are walking there.
Oh, hey, cool. Chevy said he's already inside.
I'm just out here trying to keep an eye out since some of the blood's showing up. I want to make sure they didn't get ambushed along the way.
Okay. I'm gonna head in. If there's an issue, let me know.
Are you... So who's going to the building and who's not? So, right. Chevy is. Uriel is going to the building. Is Zep wandering around outside, or is he going to the building?
I'll wander outside for a bit until the service starts.
Okay. So you give me, if you're trying to be sneaky about it, Dex and Stealth. If you're just trying to be unnoticed, not necessarily like sneaky about it, but just relatively unnoticed, give me manipulation and streetwise.
We're going to be sneaky about it. Shoot.
You think you're doing okay. You don't come to this area too much, but you think you're fine. You don't see anyone where you are milling around, though. Most people, if they're coming here, are either in or in front of the building. You do see people going there, but there's only a couple of them trickling in at this point. None of those people are who you recognize. And you don't see anyone causing issues. So, you'll do that for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. And then, as one of your pass-throughs, you see people starting to actually go into the building at this point. And it's around midnight at this point. Interesting time for a sermon to be starting. So, as people are starting to go inside, what is everyone doing?
Up will make his way inside.
Chevy is probably already actually inside, to be honest.
Okay.
Uriel has also made their way inside and found a seat towards the back or standing room, whatever's available.
Okay. So, as all of you enter and get seated and start to take in what's around you, give me wits and awareness.
Three.
I got a big old goose egg.
It's okay, I got 4.
So, Uriel, you don't really know too many of the people here. You think you recognize 2, maybe, of them from being in and around the Thin Bloods a few times. Zep, you do recognize 3 of them. Chevy, unfortunately, you don't see anyone that catches your attention. And people begin to take their seats and start to settle down and quiet down. And similarly to before, you see a handful of people kind of make their way to stand around to just not really sure what they're doing. They are just kind of hanging around, but they all seem to be knowing that people here, they're talking to them. They are kind of making their way to certain people. Zep, you actually see them head different people, but you see them head to the Thin Bloods. And they just seem to be talking to them for a little bit, and then they move on.
Is it too noisy in here to pick up anything, or?
Yeah, so while it's not overly loud, there is still general talking. Everyone roll me a dice and tell me what you get.
Krit.
3.
Regular success.
Uriel, you are actually not too far from one of the people who you think is a Thin Blood. And you see the person go up and talk to them. It's hard to make out exactly what they're saying. Give me a wits and awareness. You can use heightened senses if you would like.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
It's not so loud in here that it's going to set off your negatives.
Okay, good. Oh, I lost one.
Pour one out.
Okay, that didn't change. 4 again.
Okay. So you do pick up a few words. It seems like they are inviting the person to something afterwards.
Uriel will quickly and quietly text Zep and Chevy just the word after party.
Got it.
Chevy won't actually text back.
So Uriel is sitting in the back. Where is Zep and Chevy sitting?
Chevy would probably sit close-ish to the front.
Zip would be off to the side, where you can glance over to check on the Thin Bloods.
So the Thin Bloods aren't gathered. They are kind of all, like, they're spread out pretty far. But you can still pick a corner a back corner where you can see most of the people. And then it takes another little bit, probably closer to 12:30, when the lights actually dim a little bit and a person steps out of the back room. And it's, you think, the same person as last time? Voice sounds similar. Clothing is very similar. They look similar. And then, as before, they step up and start speaking, and the people who had kind of spread themselves out to talk to certain people kind of edge back again. And then they start, for lack of a better word, preaching. Talking about how you have to treat those who don't have the advantages that you have fairly, and they are to be protected and to the best of your abilities, and how you have to maintain standards and help them and treat them well. Don't harm or kill those who are your brothers and sisters, to not lie to each other. And that how he, and they never specify who he is, but is worthy of your respect, and you carry out his word, and it goes on for a while. Everyone give me intelligence and occult, please. If you have specialties in cults, you can add a dice.
I got 1.
Six.
So it didn't strike you as anything the last time you heard this, but this time, the way they're talking, and it seems to be that they've added new things onto their last sermon that you heard. Because they definitely didn't talk about not killing or harming brothers and sisters and things like that. And as they go through this list of basically 4 commandments, it kind of tickles the back of your head as to something you've heard before. After you're embraced. It sounds like it's a cult of kindred. You don't quite remember their goals or what they are or any too much about them, but you are, the more they talk, the more certain you are that this is something very bad and can be dangerous. And then what really hits home for you is their last kind of closing statement here, as that those who follow false religions must be taught that they are wrong. And that's kind of all they say about it. But it finally flips that switch in the back of your brain that they don't mean taught. They mean those who follow false religions and religions of mortals will be killed. Because these are known as shepherds.
Uriel just freezes for a moment before they kind of seem to remember where they are and tries to reschool their expression into something of curiosity akin to what the others around them are wearing.
Give me manipulation and subterfuge.
Not a great roll. Okay, 2 successes.
No one approaches you. No one does anything. But you feel eyes on the back of your head. And things are starting to wind down. And it's kind of become just a normal sermon at this point. Again, similar to how Rufus has kind of manipulated his own. And it just goes on for a little bit longer. Then people go around with baskets for collections, and it seems to be normal. And to Zepp and Chevy, it is. Nothing caught your attention as odd. Maybe the wordings were strange, but the whole situation is also kind of odd. And then, because you've already noticed them, you do see, or at least Zepp and Uriel. I'm not sure about Chevy. I don't think you would have... Would you have paid attention to who the people were talking to as they were going around?
Yes. They wouldn't have, turned around to watch them do so.
So kind of on the peripherals, you see this as well. The people are back and they're talking to a few specific people again. And a couple of them get let off. Some of them just walk away without without the person they were speaking with, but a couple of them have people follow them. And they kind of seem to pull them into a back room of sorts. Kind of behind where drapery is, and then they just kind of disappear. So as things are winding down, the person who was doing the preaching turns and steps back into the back area as well. Uriel, specifically, give me wits and awareness.
Four.
You still feel eyes on you. As this one is winding down and coming to a close. What would y'all like to do?
Uriel will very quietly take out their cell phone and just text the other two. Pinned down, can't go, someone else follow.
Chevy will very quickly just type K.
Zep doesn't even look at his phone. He's going straight forwardly, trying to make his way back.
Chevy will at least go outside.
Is Zep being obvious about this?
He'll try to slip in.
So here's the thing, is the people are already back there, and there's no one going in that area now. There was only 3 or 4 people that walked back there with another person, and then no one else went.
Anyone paying attention, though.
You can give me what's in awareness.
Four.
You see the person watching Uriel, And you do see a couple of those people standing around still. They seem to be keeping an eye on everyone, just kind of scanning the crowds. As you go to make your way in that direction, you do catch the attention of one of them. They're not staring you down like something is wrong, but because no one is really heading in that direction, you are catching a bit of attention.
Just look in that direction for a few moments and then make his way outside.
Okay. So, Chevy, you went outside first. I would like a wits and awareness from you as well, for outside.
I'm rolling great tonight. I got 0 again.
Okay, so you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Same as before, there is a back door to this church. It does appear to be locked.
We'll send a message to both of those two and be like, hey, anybody want to meet me around back?
Zap, as you're making your way to the exit, you get that text.
I'll take a look and say be there shortly.
And Uriel?
Uriel will try and ease the feelings of eyes on them, make a purposeful show of talking to some people if they can talk to one of the thin bloods. I don't know if they're one of the ones that were led back or not.
They were not.
Okay, so Uriel will make a show of talking to maybe one of the thin bloods, a random person, and just kind of ease themselves out.
Well, let me specify. The one that was nearest to you did not get let out. There was another one that did.
Okay. So yeah, Uriel will talk to the thin blood nearest them, just make polite chit chat about what happened, what their thoughts were, things like that. Talk to another person after that. Head out.
Okay. So, once again, give me charisma and subterfuge. Wonderful rolls for you, I know, but this is what you're trying to do.
1.
Okay. So you make conversation. Is there anything specific you would like to say to the thin blood?
Not just making chit chat.
Okay. But you talk for a little bit, and then you leave. Zep, you would have left before Uriel, so are you scouting around outside as well?
Yes.
What's an awareness?
You.
Okay. You make your way to the back. You don't see anything that catches your attention. And Chevy is there, waiting at the door, which is locked.
You can get into this one.
Can I get... I'm appalled. Yes, I can get into this one. Give me a second. I will spend willpower.
I don't know, Chevy, can you get into this one?
I got 2.
So the lock catches for a second and you almost think you're going to break your picks. And then you catch the tumbler correctly and it does pop open.
It's fine. I have plenty of willpower. Anyway, and he pops the door open just ever so slightly and like, yes, I can.
So, what do you two do?
Sneak in.
Sneak in quietly, specifically.
Give me dexterity and stealth.
Well, I'm happy I didn't roll another crit. Now that'd be 3.
Okay.
Up to burn willpower.
This night's going so well for you guys.
Dude.
Do you close the door behind you?
Yes. As quietly as we can.
Okay. You can hear the exit door lock as it closes. It is one of those that kind of always locks as it closes.
That's fine. It usually opens from the inside without having to unlock it again.
So you two get a little bit inside, and Uriel, you're making your way around the back, I assume? Or are you doing something else?
Uriel is going to walk a little bit of ways away and then double back through like a back alley if they can. You're muted.
You can certainly do that. You can give me dexterity and stealth if you would like to be sneaky.
Okay. 3. I'm gonna burn a willpower on that one.
Okay. Is it because I picked up dice?
No, it's because I don't trust anything anymore. Okay, there we go. 5.
Okay. So you head out for a minute and then double back, and you hit another alley just to make sure. And then you make your way to the back of the. Oh, are you making your way to the back of the church? Where are you Okay.
Yeah, they'll make their way back.
Are you two staying near the door?
But let's be real here, probably not.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, Uriel, as you approach the door, it is locked.
That's fine.
Give me wits and awareness.
Yeah.
And then hold your results because we'll get back to you in a minute.
Okay.
So, you two. As you enter, it is a large open area. Lights are off. So you make your way forward. Zap, you trip on something. But you, for the most part, make your way fairly quietly forward. And this, where they're doing this now, isn't necessarily a church. It is just kind of a building. But it's large. Or if it was a church, it was a repurposed one. So this is a back storage area or something like that. Maybe a room where stock was held at one point or something. There is lights in 2 areas that you can see coming from under cracks of doors.
Proceed to the closest one.
Okay.
So we'll head to the one Chevy's not heading to.
Okay. There are no windows on these.
Chevy's going to use heightened senses and try to listen through the door.
Okay. Give me that wits and awareness.
Zep is also going to listen through the door, but without heightened senses.
Also wits and awareness.
Right.
Cool. Well, it's 5 with a crit and a crit on a red die.
Okay.
I also had a skull, so it was screwed either way.
Okay. Okay. We'll get to you in a second. So, Zep, you don't hear anything inside the door for a moment. And then you hear a thump, like something was dropped or something was moved or something, but it's a ways off. You barely hear this. What would you like to do?
Is the door locked?
Nope.
Take a peek inside.
So you open the door and it opens into another room. And you can actually see the back of someone sitting, and they're picking up a book off the floor.
Quietly or close the door.
Okay. Dex and stealth.
Two.
As you pull the door shut, Zava, don't eat the dice. They stop what they're doing as they're like midway reaching down for the book and quickly turn in your direction as the door shuts. And you don't see their reaction. What would you like to do?
Step off to the side, see if they come out.
Okay. And one moment. Here is what I'm looking for. Oh my god. Whatever. I can't find it. So, what is So, Dengle, you had gotten a 5 with a messy crit?
Yes.
You hear a group of people, actually. You do hear the thud from a room over. And you hear the click of Zep's door, but you hear a group of people talking. And it sounds like they're getting rather heated in whatever they're doing. Not angry, but more passionate. And then you hear the sound of your friend's voice. And they seem to just kind of trying to placate the person.
Okay.
And they're asking to leave and not being let to leave.
Yeah. Chevy at this point will give it just half a second to see if they actually see what further transpires before he fully goes in. But he's getting ready to do something really dumb.
Okay. So while this is transpiring, Uriel, What did you roll?
I rolled 5.
And that was your wits and awareness?
Yes.
So you hear another person step up, actually, behind you. Not too close, but you hear their footsteps. Do you turn? Do you look? What do you do?
Uriel will turn and look.
It is actually Isabella. Isabel. You vaguely remember her from the night when you guys found William. She was the one who was helping Rufus get him out. She just kind of stares at you for a minute, like trying to recognize you.
From Rufus's coterie. Uriel.
Ah. Right. What do you know about what's going on here?
I'm 99% sure we're dealing with the shepherds.
That's what we think too.
Zepp and Chevy are inside. I don't know what's going on. I was kind of pinned down, and they took advantage of that to sneak inside while they had their attention on me.
I see. Did they leave the door open?
No, it's locked.
And she will kneel down in front of it. Yeah. See what she does. She opens it without a problem. Because I rolled 5. So she opens it very quietly, and you see the same room that the other two had walked into. And as you continue to walk, you see the same lights from under the doors, except you see the guy is standing there as well. Zepp has moved off to the side and seems to be preparing for something, and Chevy looks ready to do something. Now both of you hear them come in, or at least you notice the light coming in from the outside, if not hear them, as the door shuts.
Hand on door, just kind of turns and stares.
I don't think you would recognize Isabel.
No, you wouldn't.
But she's standing with Uriel. Doesn't seem to be threatening Uriel. And as all of this is happening, the handle on Zepp's door turns. And the door starts to open.
Grab the guy and drag him out.
Strength and brawl.
Would you?
Active wins. So you pull him outside the door, and the door bangs closed. as you pull him out and push him up against the wall, I'm assuming.
Cover his mouth too.
Okay. It is
Chevy
not
will-
anyone you recognize.
With the bang, Chevy will just pull his sidearm out of his pants and also the crucifix and kind of just like hold it up against the door. So whoever walks out hopefully actually has a reaction to it. It'd be great.
I mean, probably not given what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
So the voices you were hearing immediately cut out. And you can hear movements and a couple people grunting and moving stuff, but nothing comes to your door. Zep, the guy is trying to fight you off. And Isabella is kind of rushing up to try and help, but...
Five.
The struggle is very much in vain, as you keep him locked in place.
Does this guy feel coldish?
He does. He's not attempting to breathe as you're covering his mouth or anything like that. And you can actually feel like the impression of fangs as you're pushed up against his mouth. So Isabella gets out and she kind of pulls out a stake. She's not using it yet, but she's holding it at the ready. And just kind of gives you a side eye. She doesn't really recognize you. And just is ready in case something happens. Uriel, what are you doing?
Uriel is going to quickly jog over, and as they're moving, gonna pop the earbuds in.
Okay. No people have still come to Chevy's door.
And Chevy's gonna start counting down from 10.
Out loud
Waiting
or
for somebody
quietly?
quietly, but loud enough to where at least 2 of the 3 can hear.
Okay. You get a few numbers in. The guy is still trying to shake you off if you're not doing anything to him.
He's gonna squeeze his mouth tighter.
Okay. What'd you get? Okay. This person doesn't seem to be very physically gifted. So, what's everyone doing? No one is coming through doors. The one person you have is not being able to talk.
Zep is waiting for Chevy's countdown.
He's at 1 at this point. And when he gets to 1, he's probably going to do the dumbest thing that he's done in a long time, and will fling the door open with a Father, Son, and Holy Ghost and just start, like, whoever the closest person is that is perceived to be a, like, hostile person will at least point this firearm at.
So here's the thing. There's no one there when you open the door.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
There is a door on the far side that is left open, though.
Yeah, he will proceed through the door without even waiting for anybody else.
Okay.
Zep will glance to Isabel and say, do you mind making sure he isn't moving?
In the meantime, something is going to happen with this guy, since his struggling is in vain. That's pass. You can feel he's working his mouth, but not really sure what he's doing, but you clamp down tighter. And he is, I opened the wrong one. He was trying to bite at your hand, but you clamp down tighter. Because I read that wrong. That's fine. And she just turns to you and is like, do you want him staked?
Yes, please.
She is going to attempt to not have enough successes to do that. You need at least a 3 or you need at least a what to stake them? More than I got.
I think it's
Believe it's
4. Either 3 or 4.
I think it's a lot. A lot. And she got 2. So it does start to get in, but she doesn't get through the rib cage. But it is being held straight and primed if Zep would like to punch that in.
Yep, that's what he's going to do.
Okay. Give me a strength and brawl. Or athletics, whichever is better, because if you're just hammering it, that'll work too.
On a messy.
I'm sorry, how many?
5 on a messy.
Okay. I'll say yeah, that punches through. With what she had, that's the equivalent of 7. Yeah, so you punch through. Do you have the Clan Bane?
No.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you took that one or not.
Right. He has, I think, the alternate Bane for the Gangrel, not the Compulsion.
You have territorial, not bestial features?
In the Frenzy, gain 2 animal features for at least 1 more night afterward.
Okay, it's frenzy only. That's fine. You are getting a little angry, though. But the person is impaled and has ceased moving.
Chuck him back in the room.
So as you open that door, you can see it's kind of like a kitchenette area, almost. It just is kind of thrown together. It's not an actual kitchenette. But apparently we're sitting at a table that's in there, and the book is still on the floor. And so you just toss them in. There is 2 doors in this room.
Just take a quick peek at the other door.
Which of the two?
Oh, there's two doors. I'll go for the rightmost one.
Okay. So that leads out into what looks like a hallway perpendicular there. And there is actually an open door to your left. But we'll be back with you in a moment. Chevy, you have taken off through that door.
Yes.
Into the next door, which leads into a hallway.
Okay. Do I see anything on either side?
So there is a door to your right, like along the same wall, and there is also a door leading out across the hallway, but kind of in between the two doors.
Okay. Any indication as to which one they might have went through?
The one across from you. It is... looks like it was kicked open.
Okay. He will use the crucifix in his hand to actually like mark the wall as he goes through that door.
Okay. And you're actually out in the area the person walked through when they were preaching.
Nice.
There's one or two people still in here, and it looks like the people who had been talking to specific people. And they seem like they have guns at the ready.
That's fine.
Okay. So they weren't expecting you to come out this round, so they're not going to get shots off yet. What would you like to do?
Seeing what is currently transpiring, he's going to activate weaving.
Okay.
It is a rouse check, and it does some very worthwhile things for this particular situation.
Yes, I think so.
I do get a little bit hungrier, which is an issue, but it's fine.
You're at 2?
3, actually.
3. Okay. Okay, so you have activated weaving. And they are going to fire at you. So the first one, give me Dex and Athletics with your celerity rating.
Yep. I got 7 on a messy crit.
Oh, good. Because I had gotten 5 on a crit.
I roll a lot of dice.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. So the first one, they seem to have fired true, and then you just almost too quickly for the eye to follow, just sidestep. And then the next one's going to fire at you. And that's a 4.
And I got 5.
So you sidestep that one as well. You two can hear the firing. Zap, it actually sounds like it's right across the hallway from you as you exit that door. Uriel, were you holding back or were you following Zap?
Uriel was going to follow Zap, making it a point to pick up the book on their way through.
Okay. At first glance, it appears to be a typical Bible. King James Version, if that means anything. And you hear that as well. Isabella has taken off after Zap, didn't hesitate. The person is left on the ground. So that is that round. Next. Chevy, what you doing?
He is going to return fire. However, he is also going to rouse dexterity.
Oh boy.
And of course he gets hungrier. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's just 4. It's fine. I can't get any more hungry.
Sure.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So that adds 2 more on top of the dexterity, which is, I think, yes. I got 2. He's a little bit more preoccupied and like not getting hit, apparently.
Well, you still hit one of them.
For posterity's sake, the one on the right, because he's right-handed.
Okay. And the rich scent of blood enters the air.
Raven up that in a minute.
Mm-hmm. They are also returning fire. That one's a 3.
And I got 4.
That one just a 1. That's
Yeah, I
you
got more than 1.
That's the one you hit.
Okay,
For posterity's
that's fair.
sake. So, as the firing exchange is happening across the hallway, Zap, what would you like to do? Isabella is taking off towards that one door across the hall.
Zep is also charging that way.
Okay. So you can get to the door and start to open it and see all of that's happening. Uriel, you're following?
Yes.
You are
Prepping
slightly...
her.
What were you saying?
I was gonna say yes. Prepping their the small gun that they keep with them.
Okay. So you are a handful of steps behind them. Next. Chevy.
Five on a crit.
Messy
Yes, it's
crit?
red dice. Yeah,
Oh.
I've already got one though, so it's fine. He's working on that part.
Yep. And so, yeah. Are you aiming for the same one?
Yes.
Okay. They drop to their knees holding their stomach.
Good.
Still up, but not doing good at all.
Yeah, he'll start moving over toward them a little bit more.
And the other one only got a 2.
You try to hit me?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 2 as well. And I'll actually let him hit me this time.
Okay. So it does graze you. You'll take an aggravated, I'm sorry, not an aggravated, a superficial.
Fine.
But you have already made it to the person who's on their knees, we'll say, because of you're exceedingly fast right now. So you are
Dexterity.
all but on top of that person already. Zep, you can't follow how quickly Chevy is moving. He was in front of you, and then within a second, it seems, he is in front of the person who's on their knees.
It doesn't matter. We're going to shoot at the guy who's still shooting at him.
Okay.
Three.
That person ducks behind whatever seating is in there, and it just kind of blasts off the wood as they have ducked beneath it, just in time. Uriel?
Uriel is going to rouse the blood for dexterity. Let me roll that. I pass, so I'm still at 2 hunger. And is going to take a shot at the person. Take a shot at the other person.
The one that Chevy is standing over?
No, the one that Zep took a shot at.
So it's going to increase the difficulty by 2 or 3 because he is taking cover.
Okay.
So you can roll.
Yeah.
I think that's how that works. We don't do cover too often.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's how that works.
5 on a messy crit. We're having fun tonight.
Yep. You graze. You hit him. You can hear him cry out. Not sure how much damage you've done, but you hit him. But you didn't take him out. And how dare your aim not be perfect?
Ah!
Next round. We'll do Chevy superseding all movement and then hit to firearms.
Yeah, he's gonna basically like legitimately gator roll this guy, like grab, bite, and roll with to try to get behind something.
Technically it's dex and strength. However, this person is on their last thing and your dexterity. Just go ahead and give me dexterity and athletics, and if it's high enough, unless strength is better for you, but I think dexterity is now. Yeah. Yeah, just go ahead and do that.
6 on another messy crit.
Yeah. Yeah, you just go rolling with this guy, and it's like splat, splat, splat as he's rolling. And you bite, and he's so far down that any feeding from him is going to end him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Chevy is Banu and lots of blood, and at this point he's not even gonna fight that because he's like, I'm hungry as shit anyway.
He is, and this person is stopping you from getting your friend. How dare you?
Yes.
And so your fangs sink in, and you can feel the struggle just leaving him. And as that exchange is happening, we'll move to firearms. The person is ducking up or getting up from the duck and then trying to return fire. Moderately okay. Towards the bigger target, which is Zep.
Dex and athletics.
Yes.
Three.
You get grazed. Superficial. Because I also rolled a 3. It's not really enough to do much to you, but you're getting angry.
Returning fire.
Okay.
7 on multiple crits.
It's an exceedingly gory sight to see the back of someone's head explode. Uriel, you're not really used to this kind of violence. Give me resolve and composure, please. Just to see how you're handling this.
Not very well, according to my dice, 2 on a messy crit.
Okay, that was a perfect shot, though. Goriness aside, it was a perfect shot. Gotta give him that. But, no. You don't handle this well. Kind of reminds you of the night that you were attacked. I'm gonna leave you with that thought. Chevy. Isabella has made her way over to you at this point. Not stopping you, just making sure that all is well.
He is still latched on, probably at this point, like smacking the lifeless body against the ground.
I think he's done.
Yeah.
Judgment has been served. You should leave him alone.
Yeah. Who are you?
An ally?
Depends on exactly who you are. You're trying to kill me, so can't be an enemy.
My name is Isabel.
Would he know the name? Is the question.
You can give me intelligence and etiquette. Or streetwise. I know that's better for you.
Yeah. Next question is, has he reduced his hunger at all?
2-0. You have taken the life.
Okay, just making sure that I fully understood.
Yeah, no, you have ended this person as you were feeding them from them.
Yeah, that would be 2.
You have not.
All right, and who do you work with?
You probably don't know them.
Humor me.
Aaliyah. You can give me the same roll.
Okay. Same result.
Nope. Well, actually, you have said that he does not deal with Banu Hakim typically, correct?
Correct.
So yes, he would not know the name.
All right, so who are they?
Shepherds.
No, I'm saying Aaliyah.
Oh. She was looking at the body you were at. They are one of the domain leaders. They keep quiet, though.
Yeah, so I would assume either the shadow people or the other ones. And no offense, but you don't strike me as a shadow person.
I'm not.
Okay, and he'll just kind of like stand up and rip part of the shirt that he just got dirty and like wipe his face off and just walk out.
She'll turn to Uriel and Zep. What are you two doing?
Uriel's probably standing there shell-shocked, probably muttering some sort of prayer in Latin to themselves.
Okay.
Zep is moving on because we still got missing people.
Yep. You're not affected by holy symbols or anything, right? Okay. I didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure. So you're following Chevy out or going to Isabel?
We're following Chevy.
Okay. So as you two exit, Isabel's shortly behind Zep. There is no one outside. You do give me what's awareness. Heightened senses if you'd like to put that up.
Five on a messy, or not messy, just a 5 on a crit. I'm so used to having a blood die.
You hear tires peel out as a car squeals around a corner.
We'll immediately turn and like that way.
You're just booking it?
He'd tell everyone else that way, but he would start running that way, assuming that people would be smart enough to be like, let's grab a car.
Look, there's Hakata. So you're just booking it, moving almost too fast to see. Definitely will draw some attention, maybe, if people are looking. You two and Isabel just see him take off and hear him shout something about that way. Well, actually, Uriel, are you still inside or did you finally come out?
Yeah, once the others had moved out, Uriel would not want to be in that room by themselves. They would have followed the others. Just would have taken a second.
Okay. So you catch Chevy just bolting. You didn't hear what he said, but you just catch him bolting.
Great, I didn't bring a vehicle.
I know it's a bit of ways, but though.
It's a what?
That's a bit away. It's only a block away.
Okay. I have no idea where they're going.
Thinking into a premonition thing when we get to the car.
Maybe. Get
So
over there and see what happens.
So we'll start running to the car.
Okay. So you guys make it to the car in short order. Are you stopping Isabel from coming after you?
Nope, she can come out if she wants.
Okay.
And as soon as Uriel gets buckled, they'll try and see what they can see or hear what they can hear.
Okay.
And it's going to be fun.
Yes, it will.
Okay. Because I'm still under the compulsion, I am going to burn a willpower to re-roll some of that.
Okay.
Still not a set of crits, but let's see here. We got 2, or 6.
So, as you buckle in and you are reaching to the back of your mind in that space where you've seen things before, you catch glimpses, almost like they're through other people's eyes. Almost. Or at least that's how it feels. Like you blink and then you see something else. And then it's gone and you're back to your view. And then you blink again and then you see another thing. And you see Chevy running. Next blink you see the car. And you see an intersection. And it turns. And next blink you don't see anything. And then next you see Chevy again. And actually, we will leave you in the middle of that for a moment here. Chevy, I would like you to give me wits and awareness and then a wits and streetwise.
All right, so I am going to burn another willpower for the wits and awareness.
Okay.
I got 2 on that.
Okay.
And then as far as the wits and streetwise, that is not much better as far as pool is concerned.
You can do intelligence and streetwise if you'd prefer.
I know they're the same
Okay.
as far as that's concerned. However, I got 6 on that.
Okay. So you
And that's
don't...
on a crit as well. So
Okay. So you don't really see where they're going. But you kind of know this area. This isn't far from where your buddy is. This isn't... This is where you spend a lot of your time. Not necessarily this specific area, but this general one. And you know the streets, and you know kind of where to turn and what ways are better and easier. So despite you losing sight of the vehicle, you do manage to get sight of it every now and then. Because you saw them, the taillights turned down one street, and you know a different way to get there that's faster. So you are able to keep glimpses of it.
yeah, and he will do everything in his power, like jumping over stuff. And if you need a check, I can actually roll it if you need to.
Yes, actually, give me dexterity and athletics.
Would my parkour be?
Absolutely.
And do I still get the bonus from celerity?
It is still the same scene.
Okay, so 10 dice.
Yep.
That
And
is,
no hunger dice.
that is 6, and I can actually re-roll to get better.
I will say between all of the successes you've gotten through these 3 pools, you have enough to at least keep enough glimpses of it to where you can kind of keep track of it. And Uriel, this is actually kind of what you see through different points of view and different heights and things like that, but it's still that same like flashing between viewpoints. But you do see the jumping over things, the Chevy missing a vehicle. And then you come back to yourself.
That hurt. He's going this way, and Uriel will give directions to the vaguely where they think the intersection might be based on what they saw.
Wits and or intelligence and streetwise, please. We'll see how close you get.
Okay. I'm still under the compulsion. Gonna burn a willpower, reroll a little bit of that.
It's fading, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not 3.
You do name some of the intersections that you've seen in your premonition. Zeph, go ahead and give me dexterity and drive. See how fast you get there.
4 on a crit.
Okay. You are actually able to get there relatively quickly and without too many issues. However, Chevy isn't there. Because he's already been past here. So do you continue to drive? Do you... What would you like to do?
Are there any signs which direction they went?
You can all give me, or you both of you can give me wits and awareness. And Isabel will as well.
Going to.
She also got 2. And a skull.
4.
With that, let's to read this again. You can see Isabel getting impatient. And she is desperately looking around for something. I'm sorry. What did you say you got, each of you? 4 and 2. Uriel, you see a few knocked over bins, couple displaced things, and you can tell it's headed in a specific direction.
It looks like they're going that way, and Uriel will point it out.
So you take off.
We'll be allowed.
And so you're kind of just driving blindly at this point. And Chevy, you're not trying to stay out of sight, correct?
Right,
You're just going.
looking through. Yeah.
Okay. And so you follow for a while. And really it just seems like they're just driving to try and shake you, because they have probably obviously seen you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They are just continuing to drive. You do see people on the street, and they do double takes if you rush past them, because you're not so fast that people can't see you, but you are probably bordering into like Olympic sprinter level of quickness without stopping.
Yeah.
And so you are garnering some looks when you pass people.
That's fine. He doesn't care so much.
I know. And as Uriel points out the direction, you can kind of occasionally run across a person just kind of like talking to someone else, like pointing in a direction. Like, holy shit, did you see that?
Follow where they're pointing.
And it's just looping all over the place. There doesn't really seem to be a rhyme or reason other than taking hard turns and difficult to get in areas.
So, question for the storyteller.
Yes.
At any given point, can Chevy try to head them off in any way, shape, fashion, or form?
You can try that. You can give me another... You had a high intelligence, or you had a high streetwise roll. Give me another wits or intelligence in streetwise.
It's the same, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But it is 2.
With your roll before, you can try. So instead of following, you tried to head them off. And you do manage to pick the right area. What would you like to do?
If he can get in front of them, he's going to try to shoot out one of the tires.
Okay. You pop around the corner just as they come down the street. And as they see you, they seem to just floor the car.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot.
Yeah, no, I missed.
Probably by a lot.
Yeah, I got 1, so...
So, I rolled Dex and Drive.
Okay.
And I got 6 on a crit.
Okay.
They are going to attempt to run you down.
Okay.
Not really caring what they have to hit in the process.
Is there something solid?
Between you guys?
Yep.
There's a street light.
Good enough. He's going to kind of just move behind the street light and then just let it come at him, and he's going to try to actually jump into the window. It's going to hurt him. It's absolutely going to hurt him, but he doesn't care.
All of this kind of happens at once. And because I want this to happen, you guys are rounding the corner seeing this. The car is going way too quickly towards Chevy and a light post. And you see 2 people open doors and go rolling out, taking damage, as the car just careens into the light post and Chevy attempts to jump on or into the vehicle.
Through the windshield, effectively.
Yeah.
First, of course.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me Dex and Athletics, and I will let you use your parkour skills here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna burn another willpower. I've got 3 left after this. Okay, cool. 4.
Okay.
No
so
crits, no nothing.
You do manage it. It hurts a lot. We'll give you 1 aggravated. No, 2 aggravated probably here because you're pretty cut up, and on top of the vehicle impacting you, 2 aggravated. If you feel that's fair.
Fine. That's fine.
But you land, and you thud against the seat as the car impacts the light post, and you get slammed into the front of it. This is why 2 aggravated.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you hear a "Urgh" from the back seat as well.
Gonna roll over and just see who's back there.
You recognize him.
You okay?
No.
Good. Get down.
I'm already laying down. I wasn't buckled in.
Yeah, that seems appropriate.
So, as that happens, as you guys turn the corner, and you see the two people pick themselves up and try to get down an alley, what do you two do?
Is the alley narrow enough too narrow for the car?
I'm sorry, what?
Is the alley too narrow for the car?
Yes.
Hop out and chase after him.
So, as you guys are getting out of the car, there's leaking from the engine that Chevy's in. But you can run down the alley. Go ahead and give me dexterity and athletics.
So 200 willpower. Two.
You are not able to keep up with them. What is Uriel doing?
Uriel is going to run over to the car and try and see if she can help get Chevy and his friend out before whatever is about to happen happens.
So the car is still on, and things are leaking from the engine.
Can I
Chevy
reach through and
looks
turn the car off?
really banged up. And yeah, you can do that. And there's a person in the back
Okay.
seat who also looks really banged up.
You guys need to get out of this car now.
Fine.
No, it's leaking. This thing's gonna...
It'll be fine. Slow fires and all. And he will actually try to like climb in the back seat and help his friend out before he even thinks about getting himself out.
You can do that. He is tied up. Looks roughed up, like bruised and hard to tell what exactly was from the crash and what was from previous. Because there's scrapes and stuff, but he does look a little roughed up.
Okay.
So you get him out. Uriel, you help him stand.
And get away from the vehicle.
Yes. Isabella has also taken off after Zep. She does run a lot faster than Zep does, actually. And catches up to one of the people. Let's see if she can actually stop them. She tackles him, but fails. She, kind of bounces off a wall. So you two are going to continue to chase her. You and Zep and Isabella are continuing to chase the people. Chevy and Uriel are getting away from the vehicle. Are you heading down the alley or are you heading back to the other vehicle?
Chevy's probably gonna try to just get him into the alley and untie him and all that fun stuff.
Uriel
Okay.
will follow.
So you see the backs of Isabel and Zap as they're taking off down it. And you get your friend untied.
You got him?
Yeah. And
Okay,
Uriel
stay
will
here.
peace out.
And look at friend. I'm like, stay here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And we'll go chase.
Dex and athletics. And yes.
Yeah, apparently he's hurting a lot more than he thinks he is. I got 1.
Oh. You stumble. Probably trip over the same thing Isabel did when she only rolled a skull. So Zep, give me another Dex and athletics.
Other 2.
You do catch up to them though. How many dice do you get for strength and brawl?
7.
We're gonna say you tackle him to the ground. One person gets away, but you get the person who was doing the preaching, actually. And he is on the ground, and Isabella comes up running. And she looks angry. And Chevy's not too far behind.
Oh, good. Just who we wanted to grab.
Yes, Alia has questions.
Yeah. You okay?
Fine.
Okay.
And you recognize the look she has.
Yeah. You sure? Because, I mean, what happened to that other guy?
Got away.
No, the one back at the thing at the beginning.
He's staked in the kitchen.
I mean, this one probably might know more. I don't know. So that one, if you wanted to, like, get some frustrations out, might not necessarily be the worst thing in the world.
We need answers from him.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the whatever the hell that was and grab him and go and take him to the right place. Yeah.
Where are you taking him?
Wherever you need us to, I think. Because, I mean, we can do this, but I'm sure we collectively can do this better.
She will give you an address. And then she will actually depart to somewhere. Chevy probably knows. I don't know if Zep would. I don't think he's dealt with too many Banu Hakim. To get the undertones there. You can give me intelligence and etiquette.
Just intelligence, got it. 4 on a crit?
Yeah,
Messy?
you get it. You understand. That's fine. We've had enough messies tonight. You get the implications and probably understand where she's going. after the conversation. So you don't have to go back to the school. I mean, not the school, the place where you left the one guy. So,
yeah.
What would you two like to do?
Bind up the guy as best we can.
And take the bindings that was from the friend and bind.
Okay. Easy enough between the two of you. You've got this. Uriel, they come. Probably Chevy comes running back to get the ropes and stuff, and then they come back with the person.
Was there anyone else in the car, or was it just him?
Just him. However, you begin to hear sirens.
We gotta move.
Yeah. Ain't the first time I ran away from cops. It's fine.
Let's go.
What are you guys doing?
Can you discern which way the sirens are coming from?
Wits and awareness.
One.
No.
No for me then.
4.
Vaguely. The direction that the car was coming from.
Okay, they're coming from this way, so we should probably go this way.
So we'll drive off in the direction Uriel suggested.
Drive normal though. Don't pull any other.
Got it.
So where are we taking... What's his face?
To the courthouse. Sort of.
Yeah. Any chance we could swing by the school real quick? Is the school on our way to the courthouse?
I think we're fine.
Really? But... So you guys are down here. School's up here. You're going over here.
Something tells me school will be covered.
Oh no, I was gonna grab a few things, but okay.
Like what?
Well, if you guys really wanted to figure out more about what's his face, I could help with that. But I need a few things.
Like what?
Well, I have a special bowl that I use and...
Oh, to put the truth serum in, right?
I wish it
As
was true serum.
As he looks at the mortal.
Yes.
Yeah, no, something tells me and he'll actually just look at Zep and like, you got a pocket knife?
I'll reach in his glove compartment and pull out a knife.
I'm sure it's definitely not a pocket knife, but yeah.
No. It's just a little bit bigger.
Oh, good. I'm sure this will probably do just fine. We should probably drop him off, though. I don't know exactly where, but wherever he wants it to be.
Your friend?
Yes.
He's just staring at, like, this entire conversation, just like, what the hell?
You know what I do. I play as I get mauled by a cat. I get to play the positive part of what you guys do.
I'm not usually involved in it, though.
Yeah, next time don't go to weird places that people tell you to go. Just don't do it.
Man, I heard they've been doing, like, collecting people. I was just trying to get some information.
Yeah, you were supposed to tell me. It wasn't supposed to be you going. Come on now.
Yeah, obviously not doing that again.
Yeah, was any luck, they gonna fuck off. But that's here nor there. Where do you want us to drop you off?
What were you saying then?
Speaking of which, what happened to everyone else who got grabbed along with you?
No one else got grabbed like I was.
Ah, okay.
I don't know, I think they're trying to make a point or something because of him.
It's fine. We'll have a nice long talk with this one, won't we? And
The
I'll
guy
play him
is
with
just
the.
glaring.
Oh, this I gotta see.
Oh, you will. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, let's get you dropped off. I don't know if you got somebody that can patch it up. Don't look as bad as you could be.
You just drop me off the usual place we get patched up.
All right, that'll work. And Chevy will give general directions and get him close.
So it's actually, that is up near the school.
Okay.
So, or past it, but it's in that direction. If you did want to head that way.
To not completely stomp on, then burn, then pee on the masquerade. We should probably do that.
And well, I mean, you've already passed that tonight. But you get your friend
No, we
dropped.
just stomped on. Yeah, we just stomped on it and burned it.
Yeah. Now time to put out the fires. So you drop your friend off, and he is well enough to get there under his own power. He doesn't need to be escorted in. So you head to the place that Isabel gave you, or do you go to the school?
Chevy would want to go to the place that Isabel gave.
How hard is Uriel pushing for her bowl?
Uriel might pout a little bit, but they won't put up much of a fight.
To the courthouse.
It's actually looks like it could have been. Surprisingly enough. You guys pull in, and Isabel is waiting for you. Looks to be more settled.
Oh, good. We don't have the tag along anymore, obviously.
I assume that will be handled.
It's already been handled.
Good.
Anyway, grabs the guy out of, I assume, the back seat. And kind of drags him inside.
And Isabel will direct you, and there is a lower floor that she takes you down to. And there's almost like an interrogation room down there that the guy gets put in, and she ushers you out and locks the door behind you. It would be appreciated if you let us handle this internally, unless you are demanding to be part of it.
I mean, I kind of affects my people too, so I would appreciate it. Directly so tonight. And then as far as everyone else, I don't know about you two, but that's just me.
I mean, we're kind of Rufus's representatives, and since they're operating primarily in his domain, he'll want to know about this. If you wish to know more about him, I would happily offer my services in the form of a blood walk.
We have our own sorcery users.
I figured you might.
It is
Felt right to extend the offer.
a clan issue that we are trying to take care of. We've been tracking them for about a week or two now.
Mm-hmm.
So these assholes are us.
Yes.
Oh. And see, this is why I don't deal with us.
They call themselves the shepherds of Ur-Shulgone. Ur-Shulgone.
Kind of stares at Uriel and ring any bells? Because damn sure don't for me.
I've vaguely heard of them. An old kindred cult. Don't know too much about them, though.
We try to
probably
keep clan matters quiet.
Should probably let Rufus know then if that's the case, because if they're going to be in his area, at least he can be on the lookout for them.
Oh, I was planning on letting him know that they were active in his domain once things settled down.
They should. This person that we have now is their leader in this area. They call them the Pashas. That's who we've been tracking.
Is there more than one? Here?
Typically not. This is the only sect of them that we have found. And the people that they were converting or have converted will likely scatter, and we will take care of the rest of them. I don't believe they were operating directly in Rufus's area.
They interfered, from what I understand, with some of his herd and were skirting the edges of his border.
We will be happy to pass along the information that we gather.
That would be much appreciated.
Do you think that is sufficient for him?
It will have to be, because quite honestly, I don't want to pick a fight with you guys.
There won't be any fighting, but the more internal we can keep this, the happier Alia will be.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that old song and dance, so yeah, anything you can pass on to us would be appreciated.
Of course. And she will turn to Chevy. As this is directly involving you, you are welcome to the interrogations.
He'll hand back the knife that he got from Zep and be like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to need that this time. Would probably be probably would be a good thing for me to sit in on, just to make sure there's no loose ends, but it's not going to be a regular occurrence that I'm down here, just to make that clear, because yeah.
Unlike them, we are not going to force you to listen to us.
Good.
Was there anything else I can help you with? Turning to Yuri and Zep.
No, I believe that was everything. Thank you.
Not that I believe.
Let me show you out then. Chevy, you're welcome to stay.
Yeah, I'll stay down here. Wait for the fun to start.
And Isabel will lead you out. It is getting earlier in the morning now. You're not going to be in trouble anytime soon, but it is getting earlier. Whatever is happening tonight probably won't be too much information gathering, more so just scaring. But you two are let out, and what would you like to do with the rest of your evening?
How many of the bloods were taken to the back of the church?
1.
Sep knew who it was, correct?
In passing. Like, you know
Well,
them, you've talked to them.
I'll ask T if she's heard from him yet.
No? He's not come back.
Trying to figure out where he is. I'll keep you updated.
Okay. Well, it's a little weird.
So I'm probably going to head back to the last meeting place to see if there's any particular activity going on. And if not, I'm going to go back into the building and search around for the missing thin blood. And he's saying that to Uriel.
Do you want me to come with you?
If you're comfortable with it.
I mean, I'm not comfortable with any of this, but might as well.
And get into the car and head that direction.
So, give me wits and awareness.
Or
You catch the sight of the siren lights, the blue and red flashing lights surrounding that building.
I don't know, it might not be the best idea to go back there now.
Nope. Turn somewhere and head in a different direction.
Okay. You thankfully were not seen. You caught the colors and flashes of the lights and kind of put 2 and 2 together quickly enough that it wasn't obvious that that's where you were headed. So you turn a different direction and head somewhere else.
Hey, do you think you could drop me off at the school? I want to do a little bit, see if I can do a little bit of research on this cult before the night's out. Thanks.
Zep will take Uriel to the school.
Okay. So where would Zep go after?
We'll probably hang out at school for a little bit, see if he hears anything from T or that thin blood.
Okay. So you guys are there for... So you guys pull up. And you make your way into the building. And standing there is a familiar kindred that you haven't seen in a while.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, I was just about to text you.
About what?
About the leader of the cult.
That's being handled.
Yeah, by the Banu. There's. Have you heard of the shepherds of Ur-Shulgone?
Oh,
Wits in a cult? I mean,
yeah.
either wits or intelligence in a cult. Wits just because you've been
No.
around a while.
No, I have not. I got 2, by the way. So,
I mean, I've just kind of heard rumors about them. Zep was dropping me off so I could do a little bit more research before the day sleep, but
there's quite a few things happening, isn't there?
yeah, there's a lot.
How many have we made sure doesn't get on the news?
Perhaps we're at the scene of a car crash and we're at the last cult meeting.
Okay. Immediately pulls his phone out and sends a message to Spike and Buck asking if they can do anything as far as keeping that away from the news. It's already in the police system, so there's not really a whole lot he can do about that.
You might also want to have them check the traffic cams. Banu that ended up hitching up with our group for a little bit ended up making some not great decisions. Pretty sure he got seen by a few people. Not sure who. No, I don't think I can erase that far back.
Well, that would tell me that I need to talk to this individual. I will need contact name and information, please.
Drugs and hands over Chevy's contact info.
You should probably let them know that I'll be contacting them either tomorrow or the next evening. Just to give them enough forewarning. Anything else that I need to know about that has been neglected to be killed?
They're currently with the other Banu, so hopefully that doesn't cause a stir there. Yeah, we did a favor for Leon while you were gone. I don't know if you heard about that.
I have not.
Well, it's not so much a favor as it was cleaning up a mess.
Okay.
You remember when we had to take care of that business in the cemetery?
Yes.
A couple people got stuck on the other side, turned into whites. We had to go in there and deal with them because they were eating all the souls, essentially.
Oh, that seems unfortunate. Seems problematic for Leon, doesn't it?
Yes, very much so.
So that's been handled, I assume?
Yeah.
Fully in. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's one less thing that I have to deal with.
2, technically. 2 whites.
Oh, well. To be fair, if they were whites, I don't know how much of a use I would have been, so. I could have talked to them, but that's about it.
Speaking of cults, there seems to be another one popping up. It's led by a really weird guy named Life Dodge. got an in with the Hakata, but he's not Hakata.
Is this one dangerous?
I mean, he got his ass handed to him by the white pretty darn fast. Physically, I don't think he's dangerous, but I mean, he's got a pack of thin bloods following him, and he talked about demon summoning, and it was really weird though. He kind of sounded like you know those mortals that just kind of mess with shit to mess with shit.
You mean problems?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he talked about a demon summoning, but it's gone wrong. But just,
Well,
I don't know.
do we have their contact information as well?
He uses a pager, but he stays at this church, and Uriel will describe his haven.
Rufus probably knows exactly where that is.
Yes, Rufus knows that church.
And he would just kind of blink a little bit, and well, at least King doesn't have to deal with him anymore.
Here's the funny part. They're devoted to Nain Rouge. But I don't think it's Nain. I think it's the folklore Nain.
Yeah, Rufus would know the festival and everything that happens in Detroit, so unless you wanted a deeper knowledge, you don't need to roll for the superficial stuff.
I didn't get superficial stuff or deeper knowledges.
Yeah.
So you mean the demon?
Yeah.
I think I need to have a talk with them. Sooner rather than later. Are there any more fires that I need to be taken care of?
Your phone would go off, actually, in the middle of that, and it would be Spike saying, yeah, working on it. Got in.
Thank you very much. I'm actually at the school. By the way, I'm back. Just got in about an hour ago.
Oh. Good to know.
I don't. Zep, help me out here. Was there anything else we're missing? You've got more of a beat on the thin blood side of things than I do.
Still owe T that favor. And, few of them are missing. I'm trying to track down one of them that went missing tonight.
You do not owe T the favor. You helped her reclaim her domain.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, claim a domain.
So we have that taken care of. We have that taken care of. We have that one. So some news on my front. First and foremost, and I'll actually reach into a bag behind him and pull out some stupid souvenirs and kind of just toss them to each one of you. Just for the most stupid places and things. Congratulations, you got gifts. However, more importantly,
thank you.
We're going to have visitors.
What kind of visitors? Where are they staying and for how long?
Indeterminate as to how long. They're probably going to be staying here, and as far as what kind, they're my friends.
Okay.
Ones that I actually would consider friends.
Okay. Oh, that reminds me. I've been going through King's stuff and getting it organized. It's almost there. I've still got a couple piles left.
I'm sure that was probably cathartic for you.
Hey, you have no idea.
And how's the transition away from the pyramid?
About to be expected. They essentially went through my my haven, took back some notes, left a lot of my stuff alone. We've been busy dealing with other things, so I haven't really had an ear to the ground over there.
Okay. And you've thoroughly searched anything that you've taken from your Haven post-exit?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't really taken anything from the Haven, and all the stuff that was in the Haven the day I left stayed over there, and then aside from like a few notes, and then everything I took from my office, plus the notes I checked before bringing it over here.
It's not that I don't think that they don't know where this is, but for any tracking purposes for you, let's not have eyes on us if we don't have to, right?
Right.
As far as Zeb, anything on your front that I need to know as far as any perceived threats, since you are going to be my quote-unquote security advisor?
Nothing's come up yet.
Okay. I have a couple phone calls to make. I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good day.
And he will actually disappear and make the phone calls that I will send to you shortly.
Okay.
As he walks away, Uriel's gonna text Chevy, just good luck.
You get a question mark.
Expect a call from Rufus.
Oh. Cool.
So, what would you two like to do with the rest of your morning? You don't have a whole lot of time left.
Head backward to his haven.
Okay. Uriel?
Yuri is gonna poke through their old notes and combined with whatever King has in his stash and see if they can find out more about the shepherds.
Go ahead and give me intelligence and occult plus 2 dice.
Okay.
I'm sorry, plus 3 because you have King's entire library.
Cool. This is so many dice.
It's almost like you should do research in a library with stuff because in the library you get bonus dice.
9.
You managed to scrape together information on it. More than what you had before. What Isabel said was true. Their leaders are typically called pashas. The flock that they have don't often do anything without them. It's very rare for one to be deposed and then reappointed from the flock. Typically, that's all. If that happens, it's usually only because one is exceedingly incompetent. This one wasn't seemingly too incompetent. And so it's very unlikely that someone will step up and take their place. You do find mentions of them gifting Thinbloods with true vampirism, true embrace. And there is more information, but nothing hugely stands out to you other than their beliefs, which they call them laws, and there is 5 of them. which is leadership, protection, destruction, word, and judgment. And it was rephrased as you were listening to the sermon that evening, but that is what they believe. The eldest, Ur-Shulgone, is worthy of the respect, and you carry his word. To treat mortals fairly and to protect them when able. To not kill those of your blood. To not lie to another. And that any who follow the false religions of the kind need to be killed.
Does Uriel have access to T's number?
Yeah, you would have it.
Okay. Uriel is going to text T that they believe that the missing thin blood is being recruited into this cult for quote-unquote ascension, and to be careful sending any further thin bloods out, or if they get approached.
I'll let everyone know. Not really their, can't force them to do stuff. It's not how we roll.
No, but I figured someone should be aware of what's going on.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'll let them know. So, for you two, any other things you would like to do with your evening? As you prepare for your day sleep.
Check the news, see if anything of note is happening.
So on the news, there is a breaking story of how there seems to be a shootout in this old building. There's no pictures that are released. It does say that that there was likely at least one person who died, but everything else is unconfirmed. They don't know anyone. They say they're looking for people, but they have no description, so they're just asking for people to call in with any information. And that there was a drunken attempt at a hit and run, but no one was actually hurt.
Pick out tea and get ready for some rest.
You guys are lucky. Spike rolled 10 with a crit. So, Zep, you get ready for your day's sleep. A little bit more haggard than typical. It's been a minute since you've had such a rigorous evening. Uriel, your research pulls you into the early hours of into the morning. And you don't have much time to do anything else once you realize what time it is. Was there any last minute things?
Just store the book that they picked up close by and drop off into the day sleep.
Okay. And now we'll move back to Rufus. I almost said Chevy. Of course. So we'll move back to Rufus as he walked away to make a phone call. Who would he call first?
So he would actually send messages first.
Or, yeah, whatever you like to do.
Yeah. Just because that's quicker and easier. He would just kind of send a group message to all of the major power holders of any news that I should know about. Here's what I have, and kind of give what's going to be on the news, because I assume Spike has given him a little bit of briefing as to what he did.
A quick brief list as to what he's doing. And
this is what actually happened versus what I'm having said happened.
The text would come from Buck, but it would be relayed by Spike.
Yeah.
You would get back from Charlotte that there is a lot of people who apparently saw someone running at inhuman speeds. Casey is attempting to work on taking care of that, but a lot of people saw, and no one is sure exactly how many.
Would send back, I'm talking to that individual tomorrow. I assume.
Good. Probably will play this out as part of your ... zombie movie.
We can probably work that in.
Just let me know what you need for that.
A script.
I can have someone work on it.
At some point I have to come by and talk to you personally anyway, so we can discuss more then.
Oh, darling, you know my door is open for you.
Leave that there.
So, who else is left? You would get a message from Borea, just things as usual.
Okay. Wouldn't worry about T right now, because I feel like he's probably been in fairly decent contact with her.
Yeah. Not
However,
nightly, but...
would have still sent a message to Ellie as well. Just a how are things type thing.
It would take a minute for her to respond to you, but you would eventually receive one. So many dogs moving through.
Probably need to figure out why. But that will be a problem for another day, won't it?
Probably running from an abusive owner.
Well, somebody needs to take care of that owner, don't they? We should get together and figure out how.
Not the worst idea, I've heard.
We'll be in touch.
I would prefer to meet in person over texting, but fine.
Once we figure out what works for both of our schedules, we can make that happen.
You're left unread after that.
And then that is the extent of the messages. You would then actually call Peter first.
You would pick up. Hello?
I have good news.
And that would be?
I'm officially back. I'm not going anywhere for quite a while, and I have friends coming.
Ideally, friends we don't need to worry about.
Oh no, absolutely not. One isn't a problem for you and your family, or your forced family. Problem for someone else, but that's a problem that we will bridge when we get there.
Okay.
Personal vendettas.
As long as it doesn't rouse the sleeping dragon.
Right. We need to talk at some point in person. However, in the meantime, as I've said before, you're more than welcome to come and go as you so please. And I was wanting to know if you wanted to have an unofficial title for me.
What did you have in mind?
Something akin to a spy master.
Interesting.
Keep your anonymity. Keep your self hidden from the face of everyone else, but we can probably work on mutual goals. I'm sure we have a few that align.
Likely so. We'll talk about it.
Yes. Not something I really want to talk over the phone anyway. I don't think anybody's listening, but in case if they are...
Yeah. I concur.
So, I will let you know what my schedule is in the next couple nights. I will then make sure that you get put in there somewhere.
Just let me know when. I'm fairly open right now.
Good. In any case, stay safe. Have a good sleep.
You as well. Also, tell your group to keep things a little better hidden next time.
That's what I came home to. Did what I could with what short notice that I had.
You talked to Varia yet?
She's next.
She's got more information than I do.
Okay. Sounds good. If you don't have anything else, I think I'll give her a call.
Nope.
And stay safe.
You as well. And he'll hang up.
Then we'll actually call Varia.
She will answer almost immediately. Heard you're back.
It was quick.
You have quite the line of informants.
Yes.
Including that little new Ravnos.
Yes. He's useful. Has always been useful.
You hear about what happened with him?
I did hear. I also heard about everything else that has happened as of recently through them.
Not the worst thing for us to take care of while you were gone, but more than expected.
Had I realized that's what you would have had to take care of, that would have been... I would have left.
Not the biggest deal. None of your flock was hurt, other than the one that got talked to, but they weren't hurt.
Right, and apparently the Banu Hakim are taking care of the rest of them. should
know
no
who?
longer be a problem.
Do you know who specifically is working with it?
I know of one person, but I know that they're not the main point of contact. I would assume that it would be Isabella or Isabel or whatever her name is. I don't know. I only met her the one time.
He kind of works as their enforcer, so things are probably fine there.
Yes. I trust them enough to be able to take care of whatever it is that they need to take care of.
Especially with this, they don't like their own things getting out, if that's what it was.
Like I said, I got a name. I just don't know what it entails fully.
Well, if they're on the case, then I wouldn't worry overly much.
Oh, I'm not. In any case, to let you know, since you already know that I'm back, I'm also having friends come by the city.
Are these friends that we should not know about?
There are... The two would like to remain nameless, but if you see a new person that is coming and going, I would appreciate if you didn't say anything to anyone.
I can do that for you.
Just for the simple fact of one likes to remain anonymous and the other one doesn't like people so much.
Okay.
But I actually consider them to be my friend, not much like we are friends. Unlike us being friends.
Shocking. Interested.
We've been through
them.
enough. But in any case, at some point we've got to have a face-to-face talk as well. Be rather short, I think.
Just a debriefing? Not a problem.
Debriefing and a couple questions on my end just to see where everything lies with everyone.
Anything you want me to gather beforehand?
No. Just when we get there, we get there.
Okay. If you need my services again, just let me know. You know where to find me.
Absolutely. Stay safe and don't make Mom mad.
Well, isn't that always the goal?
Yes. Yes, it is.
She'll hang up.
And he will finally end his little communication spree with a message to Damien and the rest of the Ravnos.
Okay.
Just a quick, I'm back. If any of you want to talk to me, come by the school tomorrow evening. Early. The earlier, the better.
You would get a text back from Damien rather quickly. It's like, yeah, I think I actually will this time.
Be here.
Then you get confirmations from Kate and Ryan.
And then he will get himself organized and go off to sleep.
Okay. Because you can hear right now.
That he can.
So, we will wrap things up here. The next early part of the game will be a small time skip. So keep that in mind. We'll be skipping a few days and combining them. So, announcements. Go to our link tree to get all of our social media information. It'd be great if you could like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, and whatever else you can do on all of them or any of them. You can also find our Discord link where you can join our TPK Discord, where you can ask us questions, bother us, see pet pictures, a whole bunches of stuff. You can also find our Dice Legion link where you can get discounted dice, which with the holidays coming up, you know, they make great presents for people who play games. And maybe if they get enough people commenting, they'll make D10 sets. They have more than just dice there, though. They've got a bunch of stuff, so check out the link and save some money. I feel like I'm missing things, but I don't think I am. If I am, oh well. So, stick around if you want spoilers. There is potentially some that's going to be happening tonight, some questions answered, and we'll see what happens. So, spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Next one.
I hope so. That was a lot of combat.
So I don't believe for a second that the shepherds are properly gone.
We'll see what the rolls say when I make background rolls.
I'm sure at least one will pop back up.
You know, they just have to kill everyone who worships the religions of the kind. That's all. And if anyone is curious, I did pull this from Forbidden Religions. It is actually in there as the Shepherds of Ur-Shulgone. That word is so hard for me to say. Good lord. It is actually, I think, not the first thing I've pulled from this book for Detroit. It is not. I've pulled another thing. You guys just haven't fully ran into it yet. Because I mostly pulled the concepts. Well, no, you've been around it. You've been around it several times. So we'll see if you can figure out what that is if you're wanting to. But yeah, I have pulled kind of 3 things from here, actually, because it has the Dreams of Golconda stuff here, too. That the Salubri touched on. But, yeah. There is, many things in here that are very interesting.
Yes. Yes, there are.
Questions, comments, concerns from this game?
I mean, so many concerns, but
Thanks a lot, Chevy.
You guys didn't stop him to try and talk him out of it.
In Uriel's defense, in Uriel's defense, he was gone before they even got there.
Or, you know, call or text the people who are doing your cleanup. The Ravnos and Spike.
Did Rufus tell us that they're still working on cleanup while he's gone?
Or you could have texted Varia or Peter, so they could handle it.
It's okay. Rufus had it covered.
But 10 with the crit had it covered too.
Yeah.
That
There's a
cover up
reason
story
why-
good enough for you?
Good enough.
Couldn't wipe it fully, because, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's why he specifically was like, yeah, this is the best I could do with what I had. So.
And Robinson is taking care of a few things in the back end.
Yeah. Trying to get descriptions put in wrong and anything else.
Yep.
For anybody curious, the conversation between Rufus and Chevy is basically going to be like, okay, cool, so you work for me now because you wanted to screw that up. Now you have paid off. You don't have a choice. And Chevy would have some pushback until, yeah, I should probably... No, I'm not. Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm curious to see what that payback will be. I think you'll be seeing him around the school a little bit more.
Well, they're going to have a very in-depth conversation. I'll put it that way. Figure out what all Chevy can offer Rufus. However, they have returned to their rightful place.
They're probably not going to leave for a while.
No, they're not. But yeah, Rufus is... The entire time I've been talking with Faye of like, okay, so how much has Rufus been told through sources that are not Yuri and Zep? And it's been a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, some of it, like, pretty sure you guys would have figured out that, yeah, somebody else probably would have told him, like, the whole Damien thing. Damien probably would like, yo, this happened.
Yo, I almost died.
Yeah. So he knew about Chevy way before any of this happened. But yeah, no, that's how Chevy acts.
I remember what Zep told him the first night.
I don't think you
Did
guys
tell him that,
texted him too much.
yeah, just told him the very high level stuff.
I think it was Damien got attacked and there's a Colton for jigging your stuff.
Yeah, Damien went a little bit more in depth. And then knew about life because people saw people with people. So yeah, didn't know the extent, and now that Yuri just basically was like, here's everything that life told us. Like, oh, okay. So Serga, if you watch this before Tuesday, be ready.
So when Rufus wakes up, he's going to be waking up to a text from whatever her name is.
Isabel?
No, not Isabel. I said waking
Mina?
up to. Nope. Mina doesn't know him. Evelyn. I was gonna say Elizabeth, and I knew it wasn't Elizabeth. It's Evelyn.
Yeah. Curious to see exactly what that text message is going to say.
Leon would like to talk to you, please.
Red. We'll eventually get back to.
Because, if you guys remember, Life talked about summoning a demon in front of Leon.
Yeah, that happened, didn't it?
It did happen. And so Leon's gonna be like, Rufus. There's a problem.
And then Rufus would be like, Leon, I've got it covered.
You prefer
thank you.
your enemies closer.
Yes, thank you for your concern, though. It is noted and appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to do anything about it unless it affects him, but he will at least give Rufus the courtesy of telling him what was talked about.
Yeah. There will also be a... By the way, I do apologize that I wasn't here to take care of the thing. However, I wouldn't have been any help whatsoever.
Not a problem. It's been handled. Water under the bridge as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, sure.
In his mind, your coterie took care of it is just as good as you personally taking care of it.
Oh, yay. Real Cappadocian. As long as it's handled, I don't care.
Yep.
But yeah, no. Me and Faye have been talking.
Of course you have.
And not about my characters for once.
Yeah, which is crazy. We will see exactly what we've been talking about here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, no, Rufus has a lot of things going on. Especially those friends. Those friends are fun.
I'll have to dig out names again because I think they've gotten buried in all the other talking. But yes.
Yeah, probably, but it's fine. Long and short of it, one is useful against a very specific friend, and the other one is just useful in general, but very, 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 very useful. And then the talks with Peter and Varia, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Something like that.
So yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
Depending on how long that takes, the festival may be 2 games. We'll see. But I thought this one might take 2 games too, or, I wasn't sure how long this was going to be.
I promise I won't drag it out too long.
Oh no, you can drag it out as long as you want. I don't care. Just saying, things are going to happen at the festival too.
Yeah. So he says that he's going to try to pencil in Ellie for as soon as possible, but it's going to be a little bit. Peter, on the other hand, absolutely. Probably wait until after the festival for Ellie, just because I've been busy.
Oh yeah.
And he kind of has, so it's not technically lying.
I mean, it's just Gangrel that are walking across her domain. They're not staying there, so fuck it.
Yeah. It is a concern. He has a pretty good idea of probably where they're coming from. So, yeah.
Ellie knows about it when you get around to asking her. I'll give you that much. She does know.
Like I said, after the festival, because trying to pack too many things in one, nah.
Oh, yeah. I agree. I think after would be better.
So I've got Peter, Leon, Damien, and that's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
As far as my stuff.
Not Varia?
I feel like Varia's going to be a lot of the same stuff as Peter, so we can kind of hand wave that one if you want to.
Okay.
I'll give the very specific questions of what he would ask.
Will have a harder time answering certain questions than Peter will. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'll give you the questions that he's going to ask everyone.
Okay.
Or the stuff that he wants to talk about before we get there, so you can have half a heads up on it.
Okay.
So, yeah. Fun times.
It was a fun little mini arc that we had.
What happened to everyone who got taken to the back of the church?
Most of them ran out when you guys went and stole your way in. The thin blood might come up again. As a not so thin blood. But the others were just going to be ghouled and sent out to spy on people.
Cool.
But if the bond do their job, then that won't matter.
Good.
Because, you know, the bond won't be there.
Yeah. I know I have questions. I don't remember what they are. And they are actually about when everything was going on.
When what was going on?
How much, when Chevy was running around, how much was Isabel like, this is going to suck, trying to clean this up?
Isabel's a little frustrated with Chevy. Little frustrated. Her priorities were more on stopping the spread of the cult, though, than general masquerade cleanup.
Wasn't she also like really hungry at the time?
She wasn't hungry. She just needed to. She was suffering from her clan compulsion.
Which is judgment. Yay.
Yeah. So she was gonna either take a bite out of that guy or take a bite out of the other guy. And she willpowered her way into doing the other guy.
Yeah. It's fun times.
Mm-hmm.
Fun times.
Yeah. At some point, things other than Bane, like clan shit, will pop up. I did a little bit tonight with the anger and things like that, but...
Yeah. I know, I've been trying to, when appropriate, put those in rather than clan things for mine.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's fine either way.
I need to get that list together and easily accessible for me, mostly because, especially now with a K-Diff and a Thin Blood,
yes,
I will need to have those.
Yes, especially since the Thin Blood or the K-Diff does not have morbidity.
Yep. Also,
even like good.
This was my notes for the sermon. I wrote out the actual things for the shepherds.
Nice.
Very nice.
I was sitting on my keyboard all the game.
I approve. Good way to do it.
Yeah.
Did they notice any one of us three prior to like stuff actually going down?
Who?
The shepherds.
So Uriel,
because they had seen us all.
Yes, Uriel got super noticed. And they were keeping an eye on her. I'm sorry, them. They noticed Zep trying to get into the back. And then they didn't notice Chevy overly much because Chevy didn't do anything to draw too much attention to himself. But they did note he was there. But after Zep tried to get into the room and then left immediately, and Yuri's clumsy attempts at trying to divert attention, they realized something was going wrong. And then when Uri was at the door and you rolled a 2, I think it was.
At the door.
I did had you roll a wits and awareness and you'd rolled a 2 or something like that.
That sounds like something that happened. I'll take your word for it.
I'm pretty sure it was when you were doing something and you rolled a 2. I rolled 5 with a crit on dexterity and dexterity and stealth. And so they watched and then reported back.
I was probably when I doubled back then.
Yeah, that was it. But yeah, I rolled 5 with a crit. And so that's why they were prepared when Chevy came out. They didn't know when he was going to do it, but that's why they were prepared and ready.
So above board, Dengle was like, I just want to have somebody that has this particular discipline as weaving. Holy crap, that thing's overpowered.
Yeah, that is. Jesus.
So with the blood surge, it was 5 for dex, 2 for athletics, plus 3 for celerity. And that was on anything dealing with, okay, cool, I get to dodge a firearm.
And you didn't have to remove dice, because typically you roll your whole pool and figure out who you want to go to what.
Exactly.
For multiples.
Exactly, so you just matrixed it.
Yeah. So, like, damn, weaving's pretty good.
Yes, so I highly recommend if you ever get the chance to take it.
Oh, yeah.
Granted, Blink is really good too, but weaving, holy crap. If you have a high combat thing, do it.
Yeah. Good lord, I could not hit you.
It was great.
I was not rolling a small dice pool when I was rolling those.
But I was also rolling 10, so...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the only time you roll good. On Chevy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is 1:00. I need to head to bed. Is there anything we need to know or settle for Tuesday before I head off?
No. I'm taking Tuesday again, and it's just going to be the time skip, so figure out if you wanted to do specific things within that time skip. It's only going to be a few days.
Okay.
Basically wrapping up and, you know, getting back into the swing of things with Rufus.
Just one experience for tonight?
No, you can all have 2 because you were really involved and actually did like a lot of stuff tonight. So you can have 2. Yeah. Just let me know if anyone is buying anything.
I bought my thing last time and wiped myself out, so that's gonna take a while to build back up.
Dude, I know that feeling. I'm like 2 games away from one of Tori's biggest buys. Not counting Diablery shit.
Buying Meld with Earth because screw it. Because I'm able to, right?
Alright, I'm gonna head out then. I'll see y'all Tuesday.
Good night. Anything else you guys want to go over on stream?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. So, thanks for watching, listening, whatever, everybody. Yeah. Farewell.